Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back for another player interview today. Today, I'm heading to the junior college level at FSW, one of the best JUCO programs in the country. And I'm going to be interviewing their 6'3" point guard, the man that can find you open no matter where you are on the court. I'm talking about Jordan Mitchell. This guy already is racking up the Division I offers because coaches are seeing that he is a true point guard. He is the guy you want on your team to find your players open, and he's able to score himself. He's able to, hustle on the defensive end, and he's looking to get a chip this season with FSW. Preaches about the FSW way. We're going to get into that a little bit during this interview. I can't wait to add him on here and ask him some questions. Hey, what's going on, Jay Mitch?
What's up, JD?
Hey, Brody. It's good to have you on here, man.
Say 12. What's up, dog?
Hey, man. All right, so I'm going to hop right into it, man. FSW, best JUCO in the country. Me and you both know it. You're that main guy coming back from last year's squad. Last year, so many players ended up leaving. You had 6 guys move on to the Division I level. A couple of other players ended up transferring for different reasons. You're one of 5 guys coming back from last year's squad, but 3 of them didn't play. Some of them transferred mid-season, couldn't play. Trace redshirted. Omar only played 8 games before he had a redshirt. You're the only guy coming back that played every single game last season. You're going to be taking on a big-time leadership role for this team. Talk to me about that role that you're stepping into this year and how you're going to use it to help get your team a chip.
Basically just, taking everything that I learned last year, everything that Murph, Hart left, but everything that he preached us in practice, just taking everything that I know and learned from them from last year just to bring it on to these new guys to this year's team. And, hey, we got a squad this year, so we're going to be ready.
Absolutely. And the best part about the squad that I've seen so far is you're not the only one being a leader. You talk about Jadrian and Wes. They're the guys that transferred mid-season last year. They're coming in and they're being leaders for their team. You have some great JUCO transfers and Tyson and Bradley, who was an All-American last year. They're coming in being leaders for this team, along with everyone's just really trying to help each other get better. You guys had a great opportunity at FSW's Pro Day this past Sunday, playing in front of so many coaches at the Division I level. You yourself had the opportunity to go D1 last year, but decided to come back, go for that championship, try to make it to nationals, to Hutch, and get more offers, which you're already starting to rack them up. What was it specifically? What went through your mind during that process that made you end up coming back to the JUCO level for one more year?
Really just trusting Coach Murph. I could have went D1 like you said, but I felt like it was best to come back JUCO, get my mind right, get my body right, physically, mentally. So really just all that. Talked to my dad about it. He was rocking with it, so that's what we did. Came back, and we looking for a chip this year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I can't wait to see that. You're already getting offers from Arkansas State, right from your hometown. I know you told me you live a few minutes away from there back home. You got Tarleton State offering you, Cal State Bakersfield, Radford, a couple of others. You still have some of the offers from last season. No doubt you're going D1, and that's because the coaches are recognizing that you're a true point guard. 167 assists last season, 5.6 assists per game. That's third most in a single season by any FSW player ever. And you're already 6th in the top 10 as far as career assists. So you're up there with some of the best point guards that have come through this area. Niche Smith, Tyler Cheese, both of them play professionally now. You got Terry Robertson at Georgia, Jalen Finch, who's at Georgia Southern, some of the best point guards, and you're right up there with them. Talk to me about that mindset that you have when you're on the court, because you didn't have to be that main scorer last season with so many scoring options such as Marcus, Brian, all of them. What goes through your mind as far as being a playmaker for your team?
Really just me being a playmaker, getting everybody going, knowing where everybody got to be at, knowing the spots they got to be on the court, and just really getting the ball to them. They make my job easier. We got shooters. You see, we got Brad in the comments. We got Bam. We got Big Tyson. So if they eating, it just make my job more easier. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know you and Bradley have a really good connection. I know he's watching. I know he's commenting all over this place right now.
First time in Vegas.
such a great player. You two have really got such a strong bond with one another so quickly, and you guys are so competitive against one another at practice. Talk to me about that bond that you guys have so early on before the season even starts.
Um, so a lot of us, Mark. That's our guy. That's his friend. That's my guy. And basically, we all wanted to play together. So unfortunately, Mark ended up at Northwest, but he came over from Santa Fe. First day he stepped on campus, we clicked. We hung out, went to the gym together, and it's just been like that ever since he got here.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. Did great things for Santa Fe last year, including against your guys' team. He put up 20 against you guys in the state tournament. You
All
guys,
American, all American B.
you guys ended up getting that win, thankfully, and moving on. But both of you guys are going to do great things this season. But, he was the playmaker for his team. You're the playmaker for your team. It's going to be real interesting to see you guys. And last season, like I said, and I'm going to say it probably 1,000 times in this interview, you racked up the assists. Very first game of the season against Victory Rock Prep, you broke the single game record with 15 assists. You and Marcus both broke that record, each recording 15 assists, just finding everybody open. Do you remember that game at all? I mean, it was your very first college game. Do you remember the feel, how it was for you at all?
Of course, first college game, I was nervous. Can't even lie. I was nervous. I was nervous. So we went out there. Lights was on. I had a lot of folks back home watching it on the live stream. A lot of folks in the stands. But when we got out there, it's like I've been doing this my whole life. So once we got out there, the ball got to moving. I had Mark with me. He hyping me up. I had my team. I had Celebonga. I had John, Cam, Sanjay in the stands being loud. So all that energy I fed off them. And we just played. We hooped.
And then you ended up breaking your own record. You and Marcus got that record together at first, and then you broke it again, very last game of the regular season against Pasco Hernando. I know Rajon was taking off from three. You kept finding him wide open, found Bryant down low for some dunks. 17 assists in that game. Talk to me a little bit about that game a little bit, just because you managed to find guys open that I don't think even Coach saw was open.
So yeah, last game of the season we was all fired up. Rod liked to score, he liked to get them shots up. So, and me and Mark, the assist thing, I was talking to him before the game. I was like, hey, that's my record. I gotta have that. We can't share it. So I just went out there. I was like, last game of the season, we finna have fun. We all finna have fun. Murph was fired up. We threw water on him after the game. You was in there. I think you remember that. So we was all fired up. We just did what we had to do. So.
Oh, yeah. You guys definitely did that. Really good momentum heading into that state tournament. I know the state tournament ended up not going the way you guys wanted it to. Indian River, kind of ended up being that brick wall you guys ran into, unfortunately. But you guys still put up such a great fight. And like I said, 6 guys went on to the Division I level. Brian went to Tulsa, John to UTEP, a couple of others in there. And the FSW way, they got to be a part of that graphic that I get to update every single year. I know you guys really started preaching that saying, like about midsummer, I think is when I really started noticing it. Every time somebody gets an offer, it's the FSWA. Practice, you guys ended with that chant. When did that saying really start taking off for you guys as a team?
It started me, Brad, and Bam. We was in the room, we was talking. We was just talking about how the season was gonna go. We had the Vegas camps coming up, the Atlanta JUCO camps, and we was practicing. We was getting after them. We was all doing good, and we was like, "This is the best program in the country. Like, ain't nothing topping this. Ain't nothing better than this." So we embraced it. Like you said, you, Lack, Murph, y'all all came up with that, and we was like, "We finna have this. We finna have it jumping. We finna make this. We finna make FSWA known." So we took it and ran with it. And now it's stuck. It's there. You're going to hear from us all season long. If y'all don't hear it, whoever watching this, FSW here, we coming. FSWA. For real.
Absolutely, man. There's so many players already on that poster, already representing the FSWA, basically saying that the FSWA is translating to the Division I level. Because not only do our guys make it there, they play there. Even guys that were bench warmers at FSW during their time, go on to the Division I level, and they end up starting games. They find success. No doubt you're going to be a part of that. Bam, Tyson, so many others on this team. Bradley, there's so many more guys from this team that's going to end up making it, and it's because of the FSW way. Now, I mentioned before, you're the only one coming back that played every single game last season. 5 guys returning from last year's squad as a whole. You guys have a lot of newcomers, Bradley being one of them, Tyson. You talk about Allen, a good group of freshmen in AJ, Jashawn, Mo, who seems to be like your identical twin. So you guys have a real good group of newcomers. Talk to me about these group of guys coming in, meshing in with you returners. How do you think this chemistry is adding up, and what are you seeing from this team already?
This team right here is special. I can say that for sure. Everybody wants to work. Everybody wants to get in the gym, be better, stay sharp, and everybody wants to win. So you put all that together, I mean, the experience plays a big part, but as long as everybody wants to win and they sacrifice for one another, it'll all work out. Me being a returner, coming back, leading the team, they make my job easier. They do what they got to do, so I really ain't got to say too much.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you guys got, I mentioned it before, a good group of freshmen. You know, AJ Hopkins is such a good three-point shooter. Same thing with Jashawn and Mo. Mo is a super athlete, just like yourself. And then you got, you know, Desrick Lindsay, Evans Paul can jump out of the building. Talk to me about this young group of freshmen, because after next year, all of you sophomores are going to be gone. You, Bam, Tyson, Bradley, all of you guys, and many more. They're going to have to really step up for next year's team. How do you feel like this group of freshmen is really performing right now, and what do you think they're going to be able to do next year after you leave?
Next year is going to be even a better year for them. Jay Sean, AJ, Dez, you wouldn't even notice they first year in college the way they hooping. Like they doing everything they need to be doing. Jay Sean, obviously him coming in, being a freshman, me being basically his mentor, whatever you want to say. He gonna be ready. He guards me every day. He challenges me. He ready. That's a dog. AJ, knockdown shooter, like you said. He gonna be ready. And just him learning from Murph, Lack, all them nice guys, Coach Pies, Coach Mark, Coach Wallace. They ain't got no choice but to go back to back because we winning this year. Straight like that. They ain't got no choice.
Absolutely. You got to live up to the FSWA. And Coach Murph has coached every single player that has come through FSW. He knows the FSWA better than anyone, knowing how to send these guys to places where they can play. Talk to me about the lessons that you've learned from Murph. You know, I know he gets on you guys every time he can because he loves y'all so much. Talk to me about what you've learned from him and how he's really helping this team progress.
Murph, he's not like a normal coach. Like he's more of he cares about kids a lot. Like he genuinely cares about his players. He'll go to war for his players. So he understands a lot, like where we coming from. He knows how to manage us. He knows how to manage egos, how to coach. Like he knows how to coach a team. So just learning from him. He also taught me how to be a man. You know, I obviously got my pops teaching me, but being so far away from home, 14 hours away, you know, he's the only guy I can talk to right now. Like I see him every day. So Murph being a great coach, learned from him for 2 years. Like I couldn't ask for nothing better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And he's helped you progress so much as a point guard and as a player and as a man, like you said. And I've gotten to see it over the past 2 years. I love it. You know, you're one of my guys for life. And he's helped you get, like I mentioned before, all these Division I offers. And I know it's kind of an interesting process, especially when you get so many offers before the season even starts. You're going through it. Tyson's going through it. Bam, so many of the other players. How do you really manage that throughout the season, you know, with all these coaches contacting you? You're focusing on trying to win a chip, got all these offers coming in. How do you really manage that in your mind throughout the season?
We really don't try to like play the offer game. You know, obviously, like you said, Tyson, he's getting a lot of high major looks. My boy Bam, he getting a lot of high major looks. You know, all of us, like you said, Brad got a couple of looks. But we all focus on one thing, focus on winning the chip. I'm looking for him coming. We all focus on getting a chip. Like, I mean, obviously we like the offers because everybody dreams to go D1. We like the praise, but at the end of the day, it's like it's still back to business. We know what we're here for. We at FS Dub. We want to win a JUCO national championship. So that's the main goal right now.
And there's no doubt in my mind that you guys are going to be one of the top contenders for that chip. And I can't wait to see you guys getting that ring, having the ceremony next year. It's going to be awesome to watch. You guys have such a great roster, like I said, and you're going to be a great leader for them throughout the season, dishing out assists. And hopefully I'm going to see your name at the top of all of the assist records by the end of the season.
Definitely. You definitely going to see it.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thank you so much for being on here with me, man. Definitely wanted you to be the first FSW guy this season that I interviewed. I got a couple more coming on here within the next few weeks. Bam's going to be on here. Bradley's going to be on here. Tyson, I got a couple of them coming. So thank you so much for being the first one, man.
Oh, no problem. Hey, shout out to the FS Dub guys, man. Shout out William, shout out Brad, Tyson, Jig, AJ, Dez, Mo, Allen. Hey, Wes. Let's do it, y'all, boys. Let's do it this year.
Absolutely, man. You have a good one, bro.
All right, you too, bro. Appreciate you.